Now that's going to vary for different people. Some people don't like that. Some people want to be more careful or cautious. It's going to be based on your personality overall. I'm at the airport right now, so I hope the sound's going to be pretty good. I'll try to kind of cut if there's an announcement, because there's always an announcement at the airport. But we'll just start with that. I want to show you today how you can set your stop loss in different ways, with different strategies as well. It's going to depend a lot. And the point is that there's not one better than the other. You figure out what works best for you and just go on with that. So to start with, I want to address something, which is, what is stop loss exactly? And people have a varying definition of that, but one thing that comes back all the time is placing it where you know you're wrong. So you know you'll be wrong at that point, you place your stop loss there. Now that's going to vary for different people. Some people don't like that. Some people want to be more careful or cautious. It's going to be based on your personality overall. So the first way you can put your stop loss is to cut your loss just short. And that means that your losses are going to be very small, your profit will be bigger. But keep in mind that you will probably be stopped out more often, and that's just a fact. What some people like to use here is a retracement point. So instead of putting your stop loss way beyond the high of a move, you could put it at the retracement. You will cut your losses very short, but you'll have more of them, and that's just a part of trading. You could do it if you want. In my case, here's what that would look like. So I usually take a short trade below the engulfing candle, put my stop loss above the high, but in this case I would put it at the middle point, which is like the 50% retracement. It's kind of a middle point, a little bit beyond that to kind of get some room. If price does not retrace a lot, I'll be good. I just have a small stop loss. I can go further in profit and have bigger reward to risk on my trade, which could work out. I've never really liked it that much, but that's the first way you can do it. The other way is with the ATRs. You put the ATR, the indicator on your chart, calculate stop loss with that, and you can have a margin of error. Don't put too many, like 3 ATR or 2 ATR, only 1 or half ATR, and that's going to give you some room to be able to enter your trade and have your stop loss not too far. So cutting your losses short. The second way is kind of how I do it, which is beyond a move in the market, beyond a high or below a low if you want, and that works well for some type of trades. And basically you just put it above, thinking that if price goes beyond that high, then you're wrong on your reversal setup. That works well for me. That's how I've been doing it for a long time. So here's how that looks like. Pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory, and that means that you don't have to calculate anything, just put it there and you're done, which is a pretty good thing, I think. Now the last way, and this is a little bit tricky, but if you really want to be careful, if you don't like to be stopped out too often, you put your stop loss beyond the zone you're trading. So if you're going to trade a reversal zone, for example, instead of putting it beyond the high of the recent move, put it beyond the zone. That gives you a lot of kind of room for price to move. But again, your stop loss is going to be bigger, so less reward to risk perhaps. It's going to be hard to go for like 3 to 1 of reward to risk with that. You would maybe do 2 to 1, 1 to 1, because your stop loss is going to be bigger, given that your take profit is not too far. So that's something I could look into. I've been seeing this a lot before. Some of my students use that right now and they have some good success with it. But it comes back to what you prefer with your personality, what you're most comfortable using when you trade, and just what you test out to be the best with your style. Okay, so don't focus on like one, because I do it. Focus on the one you think you're gonna do, and then do it. Okay, over and over again, the same thing all the time. You cannot change this every single day, every single week. You gotta be consistent with what you do, and that's ultimately how you see results. So before I leave for my flight, I want to give you some kind of overview of like how you'll place your stop loss in different ways with different strategies. Not all of them work well with all strategies. That's why you have to be understanding of like when you can use each one. Basically, if you trade a reversal like I do, then it really makes sense to put it beyond the high or below a low when you trade, because you have a move, you can put it there and you expect price to reverse there. So that's kind of my favorite way of doing it in that case. If you trade a breakout, then it really makes sense to put it beyond a zone. So below the low of a range when you do the breakout, or above the high of the range when you sell. That kind of makes sense, that's clear, and that won't be too far, as opposed to just a high or a low, where it's going to be probably too close to your entry or in the middle of the range. So you want to be careful with that. And if you'd like to trade trends or continuation trades, I would recommend you go with the ATR or a pullback. So instead of like going beyond the low of a big move, go just at the retracement, where you can enter knowing that price is likely to continue the trend, and that means that you won't be stopped out too easily on that. It's also a fact that people trading trends tend to be wrong a lot of the time, and that's why having a small stop loss is good, because you can have more room for profit when the trade works out in your direction. So that's kind of how you do it. It's kind of simple. Hopefully you guys understand the example of the chart. And I'll finish this here. I have to take my flight. Comment below what you thought. As always, here are a few comments in the past video. I really appreciate you guys for leaving your comments and giving sometimes really good advice in the comments. So check this out. It's pretty awesome. And I'll catch you back here. Well, not here, but in Bangkok for another video tomorrow. Ciao.